Yo, but say yo, yo, but say yo, yo, but say yo. This is gonna be a quick video, and this video title will be "Where to Go, Where to Go, Where to Go." All right, so been playing this game for a while now, and for just like everybody else, you pick up on tips and tricks as you go along, and some things are harder to find initially. I'm sure after you play the game for a long period of time, you would pick up on something that you wish you kind of knew where it was early on. So this video is just basically just tell you where things are located to help you progress. First and foremost, always go to quest and check fight. Always go to quest and check fight. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna end up doing the same thing over and over again. So always go into quest, always check fight, and see what it is that needs to be done. See? I cleared 5, got a Mystic Summons, and now I know I got to clear 6. Bada bing, bada boom, and then clear 7. All right, so also know your dungeons. Know your dungeons, know your dungeons, know your dungeons. It's real easy to. I'm going to show you another trick also. I think I said it, I covered it in one of the videos, but I'm going to reiterate it again in a little bit. When it comes to the catacombs, know your dungeon, know your dungeon, know your dungeon. I'm able to do a consistent floor 17. Who the hell are these people? No, I guess it's different when you switch devices, right? So first of all, I did 6-star enchantress, and she's deadly. Like she is deadly. There's times where the boss had a lot of HP, the whole team is wiped, and she literally took on the boss herself. What I'm running with her is this is the skills I'm using with her. All right, so the heart, and I've been noticing this, they do not take away energy from the boss. So if you're trying to energy reduce the boss, it's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to reduce the boss's energy. She hit him all the time with a clear energy, and every time I try to use an energy monster, it does not work. What this skill actually does is it give a slow. It's a 3-turn slow, and that's why I use the charm skills. Next is the Soul Rush. I use the Clarity Wave. It's a very this skill deals so much damage. It's so much damage. Once again, it can't clear the energy. It can't reduce the energy on the boss, but on the on the trash monster, it leads up to the boss. It's such a great damage. You're gonna see in a little bit, and of course, skill 1. Um, Mr. Popo, the favorite of everybody else, he's used to just give bleed, and bleed is very essential in killing the boss. I just put some good runes on him. When I say good, I mean decent, because we haven't gotten to the level of doing 10 yet, but it's coming. But as you can see, he has a defense now that is significant. Look at his defense stat. I got a 6-star rune right here that I've took to level 15. And I sure as as soon as I get me another slot 4, I took it to level 15. As soon as I get a chance to do a slot 6, I'm okay with this because I want him to land his bleed. So therefore I'm okay with hit because hit is accuracy. I would like a little bit more accuracy. And of course I give him some speed so he could go forward. So that's how I have him. Some of these monsters you may or may not have, but we're going to do a guide also. I want to 6-star him because he does not survive very long, but this is my Berta heal. We found Berta heal. All his skill is to ensure that we have multiple turns. So his skill 1, attack enemy does nothing, saying chance to reduce the target defense for 2 turns. That's great for the boss. Here we go right here. Attack an enemy 2 times. If target is stunned, already stunned, ally will recover 20 energy. We're not worried about that. You can't stun the boss, so that's not going to happen. Each attack deals 215 attack and damage and a chance to stun the target for 1 turn. So you're saying to yourself, how is this a vertigo? All he does is hit twice. There's nothing going on. Same thing with his skill. So his skill one hit twice, attack the enemy twice. His skill two attack the enemy twice. His skill three, I chose the passive that says when landed a critical hit, 70% chance to restore 20% of allies' energy. May trigger multiple time or multiple attack. So this is where you need to have that rune set that gives you a chance of doing a turn, 22%, and a counter. So I think I didn't have it on it. So what you see right now, my rune set is I went with a lot of crit. My crit is still not the greatest in the world, is at 73%. But these are the runes that give me crit. I went with crit. I ain't put a crit in slot 4. But it's a 4-star, so I'm not getting the greatest benefit from it. But I use him because he's a tab bar pusher. So I use him, of course, the favorite, the druid. I need to go ahead and awaken him. Once I get me some crystals, I'm just gonna buy the little pack to automatically awaken him. I'm not wasting time. It's 250, and I'm missing the Mark III. That's all I'm missing, so I'll buy it for that. And last but not least, I got this bad boy today, and he is vicious. This is what I got on him. I just threw some set on him. He is a defense monster, but as you see, I gave all my defense rune to Mr. Popo. So I got to go farm some more defense rune. I gave him some speed rune and some offset. His defense is not as great as Mr. Popo, so he does not do as much damage. But this is what he does do. Breathe Fire deal 100% attack and defense, which we have more defense. 70% chance to burn the target for 2 turns. So every attack is a burn. Summon Terrified Flame to set all enemies on fire. Defense, we don't have. Increase active burn effect by 1 turn. So if skill 1 lands, we get to increase the burn effect with his skill 2. And of course, his skill 3 is what I love. I chose the passive. I don't know what skill you're going to pick, but I picked the passive. 50% chance to absorb all damage, making sure that he could sometime, once in a while, survive a big hit from the boss. And dispel one of the enemy buff with each attack. So once you have the accuracy, which is very low, I need to get more accuracy, but it is very great what he did. So every time he attack, he gets rid of the boss buff. So that's the team that I run with. Um, I'm gonna show you now. Of course, know that the way summons go, you may not have the same monsters I have. So what do you do? What do you do? You see the concept. You see the idea. You need to debuff the boss, and you need to add dots. That's the idea. Survivability, dots, and if you can take as much turn as possible, take it. Some monster that you could use is the Windwalker. Very good monster. Watch this Enchantress. So yeah, that skill 2 hit real hard, almost clear out everything. That skill 2 hit hard. But as I said before, we're looking to add as much bleed as possible, or much dots as possible. So this is where it goes. Ready? So I have 2 strippers. I have the Druid, which is a stripper. Enchantress automatically every single time. The AI in this game is very awesome. So she automatically attack and put on slow on the boss every single time. I don't have to sit here and worry will she use her skill 3 or not, or anything of the sort. If it's up, she's going to hit him. And I think she is 1 away from maxing her skill 3. Every skill 1 and 2 is maxed. Skill 3 is the only thing that I need to be maxed. The Jade, I took the Jade on Popo. That way, every time the boss attack, he attacks, and then he adds a chance of adding a bleed. And then we go with a whole bunch of bleed. So even if my team right now don't do another attack, the boss is automatically dead. I don't care what he does. There's nothing he can do right now. He's literally wiped. See? That's what you need to do for all these Colossus Catacomb. Add dots to the boss. They do get harder the more you go up. They have more dots on floor 8. He actually, instead of doing an attack, he does attack and a defense power up. So you got to have monsters that be able to cleanse right away. So I'm working on my timing, but I'm right now just working on runes. Floor 7 does not drop good of a runes as I would have expected. You know, it is from 4 to 6. So think of this as in Summoner's War. If you play Summoner's War, hate to compare it to it all the time like that, but B7 don't drop. It tell you there's a possibility of dropping 6-star rune, but it's very few chance. There's a better chance than the other one, but still a very few chance. I'm selling. I'm at the stage now to where I can sell 4-star runes. All right, so we have an idea what you need for the boss. We have an idea. Leviathan, you need to cleanse. You need to cleanse. We're not going to run through it and make the video long. You need a cleanser. The druid is a good cleanser. The boss put on a not immunity but invincibility. So no matter how much dots you put on the boss, no matter how much you hit it, once the invincibility is on, the boss will not take damage. So what you need to do is have a monster that could do a block on buffs, a buff block. This is what we're going to talk about today. Go to your heroes. Go into archives. And once you go into archive, hit filter. This is where you find out what monsters you need to make your dungeon. This is where you go to find out whatever monster that you need to make your dungeon. So, you know that you need a slow. Do you really need a slow? Who knows? But here's all the monsters that you could use to put on slow if you're looking for slow. Poison, once again, the more you could do, the quicker the boss dies. So, here are some of your monsters out here that have poison. I'm actually working on the venom right now, venom spray. Not venom spray, but whatever the venom one is called. I know some people are using a mummy instead of Mr. Popo. You can switch them out. They're both defensive monster. You can switch them out. You could do burn. Of course, I have my 5-star that does burn, but if I didn't have him, I was gonna use her. So this is where you need to go to find out what monster is needed. I think I have every single bleed in the game except for one, and that's a 5-star LD. I do have a LD 3-star that could do it, but that's your bleed. So when just said before, you're gonna need a unable to receive buff, and these are the monsters that you have. So you see, you do have a 3-star that I think everybody has gotten. You just gotta power it up enough to where he could survive. But that's gonna be your monster that you use in Leviathan. If you got the other two that I have, you might want to switch them out for it. But you're gonna need a unable to receive attack buff. So this is where you go to find out what monster is needed. Instead of you looking on every monster to see what their skills are, you can literally just go into archives, hit filter, and find out every single monster out there. He's the only one that has this and this. He has love mark and hatred mark. This is the only one that has dual and one that got mind control. But they got curse in here, and you don't see a monster that has curse, which means that there's more to come. There's more to come. So that's a good thing. All right, so let's do this to make sure we can do this right. So that's one of the hidden gems that you need to find out what monsters is needed for each dungeon. And the way you know what monsters that you need to build for the dungeon without sitting here and clicking on every single monster and checking out their skill is to go to archive, hit filter, and you're good to go. So I'm not going to beat that dead horse. Next thing, Cancel. Keep hitting the wrong back button. Next thing, growth plan. If you have a growth plan, I mentioned this before. If you have a growth plan, there's nothing in my prize pool, right? As you can see, even if you didn't buy the growth plan, it will still show this. It's going to show you all the monsters in your prize pool because it want to entice you to actually buy the $5 growth plan and you get all that automatically, which for some works, some it doesn't. Okay, doesn't matter. Then it's going to tell you what's left. Once you go into the prize pool, what's left, that's going to tell you how much of a quest you need to complete in order to get it done. All right, so for instance, you see right here at the very bottom, Kalinite, the crystal currency, you have a total of 140. Let me make sure I got that. Sorry, 1,400,000. So 1,400,000 you can get. If you go into the quest, sorry, not quest, if you go into the growth plan, you notice that every time you enhance a rune to level 15, you get 350,000, right? So the next time I do a 3-star, I get 350,000. If I do another one, that's another 350,000. So right now at level 3, that's 350,000. Level 4, that's 350,000 for a total of 700,000, right? That means that I need to actually power my runes up to level 5, level 6. So I need to do 6 runes. So for this to say complete, I need to do 6 runes at level 15. So that's how you get to figure out where you are ahead of time, because you would see this just keep going, and you're wondering, when would this ever stop? When would this ever stop? So when you do the math, you automatically have 4 more chances. You got 4 more rooms. I have 4 more rooms to do. So you need 6 total rooms at level 15 in order to collect to get the quest to be completed. Same thing with this one. Ascend 45 heroes to 3 stars. Now you see it says 44 out of 45. When would that be done? All right, so every time you complete this quest, you get 2. And you see in the prize pool, I have 64 left. So you divide that by 2, and you realize that I have 32 more 2 stars to level up. So 32 more 2 stars on top of that will be 76. So I'm far behind, a lot far behind. So this is where your unknown scroll become very valuable. So if you want to know what it's going to take for me to actually clear that up, I need to do this 30. I need to do 30 more 2 stars to level 3. 32 more. That's going to be a lot, because 2 stars, believe it or not, is harder in this game than the 5 stars. Who would ever thought that 2 stars would be that valuable, right? But 2 stars are very hard to get in this game. So you gotta usually take your time, waste the energy to level up your 1 stars in order to get your 2 stars. So happy farming. So once again, if you go to the 2, whether you buy the times 2 event or not, does not matter. All you gotta do is click on prize left, and that will let you know exactly how many of each thing you need to do. This says I have 6 3-star mons, so therefore ascend heroes to level 4. I need to do 6 more of those, so that's 70, and I'll max out. So that's one of the other tips and tricks of this game. Last but not least, when it comes to leveling up your runes, runes are very expensive to level up. If you want to get to 15-star runes, of course I did this 4-star because I wanted speed. But if you want to do a 15-star rune and you want to just get the quest completed as soon as possible, use a 1-star and take it to 15. it is literally almost, it's like tremendously cheaper in the long run. Remember, Knights are hard to come by. Crystals are more easy to come by than Knight in this game. You need Knight to ascend, you need Knight to boost your runes up, and you need Knight to advance. So ensure that you use your Knight resources very carefully. So if you want to complete the quest, take a 1-star, take 6 1-star rune, and please take them up to level 15 in order to complete it. If you try to do it with the 6-star, you're paying about triple the amount. 5-star, you're paying like double the amount, and so forth and so on. So if you want to save your Knight and be able to sell the rune back to get a majority of your Knight back, you're good to go. This game do reward you for failures. It's interesting to say, but this game does reward you for failures. So, for instance, if you go all the way into achievement, you notice that if I were hero 10 times, I'm close enough to getting that, but go back into it. Fail 200 times while enhancing a rune. As you can see, I have failed 153 times so far. I got 47 more failures to go in order to get 30 crystals. Is it worth it? No, but at least you get rewarded for your failure. Not many games out there reward you for your failure. Losing arena. I've only lost 4 times. I'm not looking to actually get that crystal, but if it happened, it happened, and that's still 400 XP. So I have a 22 win rate, 22 to 4 win rate. Yay me. And activate 5-star heroes. As you can see, I'm 1 away. I have the rainbow kitties to do it. I just don't have the 2 stars ready to get things to be done. So check your achievement, check your daily fights, see what needs to be done, and that should be all the tips and tricks for now that you need to know. Um, Always check your quest, check your fight, because you do not want to do things out of turn because it will hinder your progress. I've showed you before that I can't buy this kitty because I don't have enough arena points, but I've ascended so many monsters that I could have saved and level cap a 6-star monster that is my enchantress. Cancel. My enchantress that I could have saved in order to complete the quest. So I'm not worrying about that so much because I do have Mr. Popo that's right in line to become level max 6-star. So it's not hurting me that much. You see that I have some 5-stars that I have not fully equipped yet because I think I need to do that also. And do some brainstorming when you're doing the game. The game seems like the boss hit a lot harder than he's supposed to, but the reality of the situation is if you do the brainstorming, you notice that the mechanics make it real easy to actually beat these bosses. So don't beat yourself up. It's just a matter of rune. Half of y'all only been playing for 4 days. If you compare it to the other game, ask yourself, how long did it take you to actually beat dragons or giants B10? Some of y'all still can't have a good team that's reliable. And you've been playing that game for over a year. And yet still you want to jump into this game and try to get everything accomplished in 3 days. It don't work that way. Learn the mechanics, learn the monsters, learn how to synergize your team because in doing so, you'll be more effective. So until then, let me do some summons to end this off. Do I have any summons to begin with? And save your crystals. I am done wasting crystals on anything. I am done. I do have enough void summons, and void summons is just like your scam stones. You can automatically see the list and see what's coming up ahead. I do not have a spider queen. I would love to have a spider queen, and I do not have Celine. I would love to have Celine. I do have Mr. Popo. Most of these monsters I've already got. In fact, every single one of these monsters I do have except for Selene, and Spider Queen. So I'm not going to. I don't have enough stones to really do anything. Next week, Destruction Idol. I have that on my other account, but there's. I'm going to wait honestly probably till week 3. If I don't summon any of these monsters by week 3, I will have. You know what? Let's just burn it right now. Who cares? Let's summon that. It's 3-star. Um, it's gonna burn me to do this, but let's do it. Have him. And last one. We're not looking to get anything special from these. Oh, wow, we did. Another Jordan. Also, please do not feed your last tip. Please do not feed your dupes. Please do not feed your dupes. I know you want to feed your dupes to get skill ups. Do not do it yet. And the reason why you do not want to do it yet, if you're searching around the internet and from what the community is talking about, sanctify. Sanctify only happens, as you can see. I have a creature that need to be sanctified. I need one more of that creature in order to sanctify it. So in order to sanctify this creature, I need one more of that said creature to sanctify it. So if I have a druid and I want to sanctify the druid, I cannot sanctify the druid unless I have another one. So this druid that I have, I will have to save, not feed as a dupe, in order to sanctify. So that's literally the last tip of the night. Happy farming. Hope y'all get some good rooms.